Book in peace. Welcome to Book It a Wrestling podcast for the fans, by the fans, where we book, rebook, and revisit your favorite wrestling storylines. I'm your Commissioner Little X Fudge, and today we're here with your GMs, Damone D Money.
Pumpernickel is the safe word.
And Judge Joe from Not a Real Court. No bad guy Kenny, no hi-fi Mike returns, no Travie T appearances, but we are blessed, cursed, and straight up frightened this Halloween by the presence of Judge Joe. So, Judge Joe, what do you got to say to our lovely Book It audience today?
What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, with that Joey Rhodes.
I got to hit you with my theme song. 1 second.
Oh, hell.
Joe!
Yeah, I hate this fucking guy.
I was trying to think of something to replace adrenaline with.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew in my soul.
Something, Joey Rhodes.
I got a whole theme now.
As you notice, this is not our usual cast, and we're having ourselves a little bit of a fun holiday side quest. As we're taking a little break from the Book It verse, we just finished up round 3. We're going to be going into round 4, spinning some wheels, getting some scores, and even having a guest do a Book It verse presentation, coming on and doing a Book It verse of his own. But before all that, before we continue on with Book It verse, I feel like we need to get some frightful feelings out of our system before this Halloween. And what better way to do that than booking ourselves a Halloween Havoc? And by default, it'll be better than the ones WCW did, just because it's not WCW.
Hulk Hogan will not be in the main event of our Halloween Havoc.
This may not be good. It may not even be tolerable, but it will be better than WCW. Yeah, because WCW is neither one of those things.
I will say they did have arguably the greatest cruiserweight match of all time, maybe the greatest match of all time on the Halloween Havoc, Eddie versus Ray. But
you have that in the greatest match of all time argument?
I think it's in the argument. It's not my best match of all time, but I know it's in the argument.
That's an interesting take that I'd like to expound on that debate. But a greatest match tournament would probably be like a 3-hour pod, and I don't know if we got that in us this week. So, I'm gonna pull up our blank card, and we're gonna put together our spookiest monsters and ghastly giants and gremlins and otherwise menacing figures in wrestling.
Starting off with a main event of Giant Gonzalez versus Viscera.
$5.
It's going to be the world's slowest match. You remember when WWE booked, or they literally called it the world's best wrestling match ever, whatever the fuck it was, with Edge and Randy?
That was a wild promotion tactic.
Yeah, this is going to be the world's slowest match. No speed.
No speed. No WWE speed. It's happening. This match is going to take 3 hours instead of 3 minutes.
They're not making it 3 hours. But for real, what do we want to do? Do you want to start from the first match, or you want to work our way down?
I feel like we should have the first match. You remember those like trick or treat street fights?
Yes.
Where like they beat the shit out of each other with like Halloween buckets and all that.
Yeah,
I feel like that's gonna open the show.
Okay, we can do that. A Halloween street fight. Who we want to? Should we do a tag team, or do we do like just a one-on-one
tag team?
Tag team. Hear me out. Legion of Doom.
Okay.
Because they're always like dressed up. versus Eminem.
Hear me out even better. Run the Legion of Doom versus the Ascension.
Nah, the Brood.
Ooh. I feel like we actually got that match. Maybe.
No, it would have been Legion of Doom 2000, if anything.
Yeah. I feel like there's a little bit of an overlap, but probably not like a lot. Like a very small overlap between when Hulk finally lost it and every time.
How's this fucking guy keep finding his way here?
Is it Joe at this point? I wonder if it's just Joe pretending to be someone else.
I don't
for
even
the-
know who this person is.
For the listening audience, it's Captain Bird's Eye 4. Aw shit, here comes Fudge with his goofy ass 2007 haircut as usual. Can you at least arrive in 2008 already?
No, when you guys said that there was someone doing that, I honestly thought it was someone else. I thought it was someone from Narc.
And we have no idea who this person is. I think he
that's even
started off in Narc and has
That's
traveled.
right. We don't know you. You bum. Get a job.
Anywho, so
We're trying to
Legion of
book a trick or treat street fight.
let's just throw a bunch of like goofy tag teams. Like we'll do Legion of Doom, the Brood. What's they had Deuce and Domino.
Oh, that's a banger.
I mean, Demolition. We had them in.
Yep, throw them in Demolition. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I've ever watched a Demolition match.
Dang, let's go to Buffalo.
I've never
man.
seen a Demolition match.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever watched a full like. I have zero like interest in watching Demolition.
Hey, he's following this page just to torment me. You a fan, buddy? I'll send you an autograph in the mail.
I've definitely watched Demolition.
Yeah, because you watched all the WrestleMania, so you definitely saw them at some point. I'm gonna be honest. I think the first WrestleMania like I've watched is probably like 10. Like I'm not going back and watching like.
Bro, you're missing out on Hulk
like
Hogan.
Mr. T versus Hulk Hogan. Like I'm good. I'm gonna pass respectfully. Like there's a couple matches I'll watch from that era, but I don't need to see Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez in Egypt.
You gotta watch Andre the Giant just try to walk.
Well, to be fair, at that point he was damn near dying, so
yeah, I went back to watch that like as a kid just to see the Hogan Slam, and it was tough getting to that match.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I was
not
pretty
good.
damn bored. And that was back when I thought all wrestling was good. Like I was a kid, I was just glad that it was on.
Now we realized it all
hard. Is there anybody else we should add to this match? This is already kind of ridiculous.
Sean said the Nation of Domination, but we'd have to like pick two of them. You can't like have the whole.
We can't.
I say the Brood versus Deuce and Domino. It's giving you your best match and your best gimmicks.
All right, I'll take that. And we can
we can do that. Have you gotten the Deuce and Domino yet, Joe?
I don't think they ever like wrestled the WrestleMania.
Well, he's watching the non-WrestleManias too now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll get to him.
It's in 2006, so it'll be the next one I watch.
They're
about 2008.
They're gonna have a short run here soon.
God, they were so sick with it. I don't care.
I hope you like Grease, because that's pretty much what it was. I fucks with it. I like Cherry too.
Yeah, Deuce and Domino is underrated as fuck. I don't care.
They should have had a longer run. They should have never broken them up.
Okay. I feel like we need like a battle of the giants after that.
No, hear me out. I got a nice second match.
Okay.
Okay. You gotta stick with me through it though. All right.
Okay.
This is never a good sign.
All right. Dexter Loomis.
Okay.
All right. Chris Benoit.
And just straight up match or in a
Let's go with
stalker
the
match or
no. Let's go with the
An
one
I
where they're,
quit match.
the one where they're nah, because one of them's gonna end up killing someone. Let's
Last
go
man
with
standing.
no, the one where they're tied together. I forgot what that's
a,
called.
Strap match?
a strap match?
Strap match. Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. Dexter Loomis versus that match would actually be probably pretty good.
See, 5s. That's all I book.
I hate to say this, but because I've been watching some WCW lately, I didn't like Chris Benoit very much, like growing up before the murder, you know. But rewatching him just in ring, he definitely is great in ring or was great in ring. Still fuck him, but in ring he was better than I remembered.
Wait, what the fuck? Why is it written like that?
Because it's not Chris Benoit, it's Chris Benoit.
At one point, Chris Benoit was banned from booking. Like we weren't like no one ever
Okay.
booked him. We didn't mention him really ever because Mike. Well, originally it was a like cohesive band, and then me and Travis eventually were like, "Fuck it, we don't care. We just don't. You just don't make him a murderer in your stories." And we eventually finally wore Mike down to let it be used. And then
But I still think Crispin is funnier. Like,
yeah,
Yeah, I was
That
so
was the-
confused. I was like, who the fuck is that?
It's Chris Benoit. It's the workaround. It's his non-murdering gimmick.
yeah, Crispin didn't do shit wrong.
Yeah. I feel like we need a Monsters Ball, or should that be the main event?
Ooh,
Well, I guess we could always rearrange them.
Yeah, that should be our main event. Oh, you want to make that match now?
Yeah, we can make that match now. Monsters Ball.
Yeah, we got to do that by like traditional TNA rules. I don't like how Monsters Ball nowadays is just like a 1v1 hardcore match. I want 4 motherfuckers. I want them no sleep, no food, no light for 24 hours.
So I'm going to say Abyss.
You got to have Abyss.
Gotta have Abyss. I'm going to
Hey,
say
if you want a good Monsters Ball match, go back a little bit and listen to my Monsters Ball match on PPW Big Business. Just saying.
I was going to say Mankind.
Ooh.
Specifically Mankind.
PCO.
PCO is a good pick.
Yep.
And we need one more monster gimmick.
Kane.
I feel like, I guess.
I feel like
Or you
there's
could
got to be
say-
one better.
What about
We could save Kane for another match. Sean
The
Paul
Fiend?
saying Braun Strowman?
He's not really spooky.
what about the Fiend?
Ooh, the Fiend is the Fiend.
Fiend or just regular Bray Wyatt?
Actually, I would go with cult leader Bray.
Yeah, because then you're going to get more work out of him.
Wait. We save him. Viscera?
Ugh.
Viscera is nasty. Viscera is not going to suffer from the no food.
Oh, I didn't hear you say the no food part.
Yeah, so original TNA had the gimmick like when they did Monsters Ball, like John said, it was 4 people. They said they didn't feed them. They didn't give them any water. They were in a dark room for like 24 hours or something, so that they were really angry and aggressive to destroy each other. I actually, what about Umaga?
Ooh, that's a good pick. I saw Brody Lee in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Umaga, but what do you
I'll,
think, Joe?
I'll stick with the Umaga pick.
I
And
mean,
you
I
got-
like Umaga in there now.
Yeah. Rest in peace, by the way. R.I.P. But the better version of Solo.
I mean, any version of Solo is better than the real one. Fuck him. Trying to think of more matches.
I almost actually I have an idea.
What's
Take
that?
Umaga out,
Okay.
put in Brody Lee there,
Okay.
and then do Umaga versus Jacob Fatu.
Rose is trying to keep the bloodline storyline and fucking book it.
No, it's like that. You're telling me that match wouldn't fuck though?
Oh, it would go pretty crazy. Okay, hear me out. But we create the Jeff Hardy versus Sting match that never was.
Didn't they have matches after that? They had to have had
I think so, but it's just funny to think
incident match.
The match that never was.
Hey, the greatest match that ever happened.
I feel like we got to have a women's match in here now.
We do.
Yeah, we don't hate women.
I was thinking Alexa Bliss from the Fiend era with Abby the Witch, so Nikki Cross.
Okay.
What if we did also? We could do something with like Wendy Chu or Rosemary.
Ooh, I didn't even think about Wendy Chu.
Do a Monsters Ball for them too. Women's Monsters Ball.
There we go. I don't even know if TNA's done that.
Are we doing 4 in there then?
Maybe as the as the one-on-one version, but not the 4-person. I don't think they've done with women.
Are Jacob Fatu and Umaga just having a regular match?
No, they're gonna have a Samoan Rules match.
Oh my fucking
no! Yeah,
no!
Open the portals! Open the portals!
Fuck Samoan Rules.
I know you hate Samoan Rules, but it's canon.
That match type has not been good anywhere.
It was good in my book and verse when I made it. I'm the originator.
Bro, that averaged like a 1.
Because it was before its time. I was a mad genius. You didn't recognize it.
Even after that time, other people got like 1s on it.
Yeah, because they couldn't perfect it.
Fucking Kenny got a 1. Like everybody asked that up that tried it. Like,
yeah, they're not
real life WWE's version of it is the best version of it, and that is fucking crazy to say compared to fantasy booking. Like,
yeah, I created it, and then they had the resources and the material to make my genius happen. You are welcome. I'm the one who finished Cody's story. I finished the story for Cody.
I hate you.
I opened the portals.
We've got some suggestions on women's talent for the Monsters Ball from
I agree with Abaddon. Even though every time I say this every time, her name pisses me off.
Google did it too.
Yeah, because every time I read it, I feel like there's missing N. It should be abandoned.
I feel like we should add.
We're gonna do Nikki or Alexa Bliss.
Yeah,
like creepy Alexa.
And then creepy.
I think we should add Awesome Kong to this.
Yeah. She was a monster.
She should have gotten to do this back in the day. I'm pissed she didn't now.
Joe, you're going to love Awesome Kong when you get to TNA in 22 years.
She goes fucking nutty.
Hey.
Joe's going to love ODB like I do too.
Yeah, he probably will. Well, do you like Austin? I can't remember if you liked Austin.
Steve Austin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then you will like Awesome Kong.
That's a wild comparison.
Is it wrong though?
It's not wrong.
They have very similar gimmicks, just bread nut drinking beer. And she just happens to have tits.
And she wasn't drinking beer; she was drinking liquor out of a flask.
Didn't she, I feel like she drank beer too?
Probably.
Because at one point, Eric Young was the beer drinking champion. And that was the canon championship.
That's the part in TNA where I'm at right now.
They had the paparazzi. The paparazzi stuff
for paparazzi. I already finished that part. That was back in like 07.
Yeah, that stuff was all dumb, but it was super fun.
Hey, that was like the best they ever used Kevin Nash, though, was when him and Alex Shelley were just hustling everybody in the X division. We need one more person for Monsters Ball.
I'm trying to think of all the spooky women. I would say.
Do we have Wendy Chu in there?
We don't have her yet.
Wendy Chu, yeah.
Though I liked the original Wendy Chu better before she was spooky. I liked her when she was just
sleeping,
just fucking sleeping. You know, it was unique. It was different. Now it's just like, oh, great, she's got the black lipstick out. Another one of those gimmicks. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. We gotta get into. We have to have a Hell in a Cell, right? Like
Finn Balor.
I was Demon, right? We're doing Demon version.
Hell in a Cell.
So Demon Finn.
Demon Finn again.
Yeah, we're not doing no nasty death demon shit, Damone.
You don't like when you can smell the flesh in the arena?
Hell no.
I'm still mad at you, John. Fuck you. You scored me down because Finn Balor licked a little bit of blood. Fucking Hangman drank his fucking blood from the scalp, and you pop for it. Fuck you.
I hated it in theory, but in practice it was kind of sick because, like, I don't like a fantasy about like licking blood, right? But like the fact that somebody did that in a real match, I was like, damn, like that happened in real life. I was like,
what about Darby Allin with this?
Yeah, Finn versus Darby. Somebody's dying. Darby's dying.
Yeah, Darby's dying. That's whose flesh you're really smelling at the end of this.
So we obviously got to do something with Taker and Kane. So, should we do Brothers of Destruction versus someone?
We should do an Inferno match.
Inferno match, yeah.
Is there somebody else with a fire gimmick?
Who else would have had fire?
Oh, Chris Jericho and the Fireballs. You could do
Kane, when he was a wizard. Wizard
Kane
Jericho.
versus the Wizard Chris Jericho in an Inferno match.
Book it.
That's a Republican ass match. That's a fucking Republican primary matchup there. Like,
no, you're going to hell. You're going to hell.
Also, Trump Bible on a pole match.
You know what really pissed me off looking back at it? When Kane came back with a fucking different mask.
Oh, yeah.
I hated that new mask. I wanted the old mask or no mask at all.
Yeah, I missed the old mask. I just missed that whole outfit, too, like that bright-ass red.
Yeah. By the way, we're doing
Undertaker versus New Jack. I mean, look at Undertaker's recent comments. That's going to get pretty racial. Like,
well, it's also New Jack. It's gonna get racial.
Yeah.
By the way,
they're calling each other slurs the entire match.
It's definitely titties out, Kane. By the way.
Oh, I was thinking mask Kane, but you're valid.
The Kane that was electrocuting Shane McMahon's testicles.
His titties weren't out yet for that. He was still wearing like the strappy tank top for that.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure titties were out. Yeah, it's because it was after he got unmasked.
Yeah, but for a little while, even after the unmask, he was still wearing like the tank top for a little bit.
You might be right. I don't remember.
Yeah,
but he had the hardest.
Right now,
he really had the hardest entrance when he would come out.
As JR's like,
when he was a bitch. Yeah, when he was sworn by he had security guards all over, like police all around him. And he came out in the chains and the shackles. Like that was the hardest entrance because it made him look like he was the legit like monster.
Yeah,
like you
Kane was still wearing the tank top at this point.
Yeah, you
Hey,
had to keep him chained up.
Imagine if he was your mayor, but he wasn't unmasked yet.
He was wearing the mask as the mayor.
Well, no, you just don't even know that he's Kane.
True.
You just have no clue, and then you're just watching wrestling one night, and they rip it off him, and then
like, is that Glenn? Is that I voted for him? Oh yeah, you're right. He did have it on when he was electrocuting Shane.
So titties weren't quite out yet.
Damn, who's got Kane for Book of Verse 5?
I have no idea.
I ain't thought about that book of verse yet.
So yeah, Taker's got to have a match. Who are we putting Taker against?
He's got to do a buried alive match against somebody.
Alive, yeah.
And it can't be somebody dead, so it can't be New Jack.
Did we use Bray?
We haven't.
Yeah, buried alive.
Yeah. I don't like doing the buried alive match against somebody dead. This is a little unsettling. It's like when you play like fucking SmackDown 2006 and you put Eddie Guerrero in the casket. It just felt wrong. Like,
well, he already buried, so
we could do something different with Bray Wyatt. I think he should get his own match.
We'll do Kane versus, or not Kane, Taker versus.
We used Mankind, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We could use
Kamala.
What's his face? We're not using fucking Kamala. I was thinking about Kamala the other day, and I'm like, this gimmick was racist as shit. Because he was announced from the deepest, darkest parts of Africa.
Hey.
Like, that is racist as fuck.
I got it. We got to continue it with what was actually a good feud, but now it's turning into a real life feud. Undertaker versus Batista buried alive.
Okay, I'm here for it.
And Batista's finally
like
going
Halloween.
over.
He's the animal. Or no, when he comes out as Drax.
Yeah, I
or
would.
It comes out of fucking Leviathan from Developmental.
Ew, we're not using Leviathan.
He's bringing back the hair and all that.
Oh, Batista with long hair is frightening.
Batista in general is frightening.
Well, true. Actually, he seems like he's actually probably like the nicest guy.
Yeah.
Like, he seems like he's a genuinely like nice guy. And he's not as frightening now because he lost all, like, he's not huge anymore. Like,
yeah.
He's just a normal guy.
He's just like in his good grandpa era.
Yeah. So I think we do one more match, something for Bray. So do we do Bray versus Bray? Or no, we are already using Bray.
Shit.
Bray,
I had another one I was thinking of.
What were you thinking of?
Boogeyman versus Uncle Howdy.
What kind of match?
Let me think here.
We're making you think. We're going to test your skills, test your knowledge.
What Iron Man match?
That is going to be a terrible match.
Yes, match. I do not want to watch Boogeyman and Uncle Howdy wrestle for more than 5 minutes, let alone 60.
Okay.
Sean Paul saying New Jack versus Nick Gage is crazy.
That is crazy.
What about a table match?
You could do what the fuck's it called? The match that Kenny kept fucking wanting us to do. Boiler Room. You could do a Boiler Room Brawl.
What the fuck's a Boiler Room Brawl?
They literally fight in a boiler room.
Oh wait, no, I've seen that. Yeah.
You fight in a boiler room. Whoever gets out of the boiler room first wins.
But they do this in like night vision.
That'd be wild.
Hear me out.
I'm here for it.
Fuck it. I like dumb gimmicks.
I really like dumb gimmick matches. Like, the dumber the gimmick, the more I'm into it.
You're gonna fucking love my.
Yeah, that's why you love the glass ceiling match.
Yeah, 5. You had me at glass ceiling 5.
I knew you were gonna love that shit, and the fact that Kenny tolerated it, like,
So Bray versus who? Who do we want Bray to face?
You know what? I'm adding the Nick Gage versus New Jack death match. Why not?
Fuck it.
Jake the Snake.
Bray versus Jake. That feud would fuck. Like when the promos for that would be crazy.
You're welcome.
I'm
Firefly
here for it.
Funhouse.
Yeah, Firefly Funhouse.
I want to rewatch that match tonight.
Jake the
Bray.
Snake versus Bray.
John Cena versus Bray.
Oh, I just watched that not too long ago.
It's a great match.
Wait,
All
I think
right.
that was the first WrestleMania that I watched. I think.
Yeah, I think we watched that together, didn't
Yeah,
we?
because it was a COVID one. I have the shirt for it.
Yeah.
It says that I didn't go.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so what's the main event here?
I'd say the Hell in a Cell,
Buried
one of the
alive.
Monsters Balls, or the Buried Alive.
I would say Buried Alive.
Yeah,
Taker
those are your
versus
biggest
Batista
names.
is the biggest.
You're
They're
damn
the biggest
right.
names.
Dude, that's like a 2008 like world title main event.
Yeah. Okay, so we gotta pick winners.
Okay, so in the Trick or Treat street fight, the Brood with Gangrel.
With John
add
shaking
that.
his ass, throwing his ass to the Bruce theme song.
Oh, I'm twerking. And Deuce Domino with Cherry.
Cherry versus Gangrel.
God. So who's winning that? I think that the Brood should win that and embarrass Deuce and Domino the bloodbath.
I agree.
Those are both banging ass theme songs and entrances, though. You got them coming out in the fucking grease lightning ass car, and then you get the wow and the twerking ass song.
Yeah, this song is fire for no reason. Like Jim Johnston went crazy.
Yeah,
match.
that theme song has no right to be that fire. Like just randomly for like jobbers, essentially.
Yeah, they weren't a great tag team. Like, they weren't around that long, and there's like 4 variations of the Brood.
Yeah, but it's still worth it. So we got a strap match between Dexter Loomis and Chris Benoit. I think Dexter's got to go over.
Yep, Dexter.
I was gonna say Crispin goes over.
Dexter needs it more.
True.
And Crispin, you know what? He deserves to do some time putting people over. Pay your dues again, Crispin.
He deserves to get at least a spanking.
Yeah.
You've been very naughty, Crispin.
You've been a bad boy for crimes that we will not specify. This Monsters Ball match.
The Biz versus Mankind versus PCO versus Brody Lee. I'm going to say Brody wins.
Yeah, I can rock with that.
I was going to say PCO.
I do fuck with PCO heavy, but I feel like PCO is going to take him and one of Mankind or Abyss out of the match with a spot.
I think PCO and Mankind.
Yeah, Abyss and Mankind are the ones that are taking each other out.
Yeah, they probably kill each other, and then Brody beats PCO.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, someone's dying in that match.
Samoan Rules.
Umaga
and this is the Fed version, because like all the Book It verse ones were fucking ass. Even the Fed one's not that good. It's just a hardcore match with a bunch of interference. It's just an overbooked hardcore match with like no blood. Like
it's Jacob.
Yeah. We're all writing Jacob right now. He's the only reason I give a shit about the Bloodline story.
Same. And I like I love Umaga, but it's Jacob. He's so good. And he's terrifying.
And what makes him so much better than all of his family is that he actually did time on the indies. So he knows how to work a style that's not the Fed style.
Yeah, and
I know that sounds so anti-WWE, but like it just gives another dimension to your wrestling.
Yeah, like, he's got an aura, like immediately. Like he looks and feels terrifying. And he's legit, like when they say like they had to get special permission to get him over the border. They're not fucking lying. Like, they had to pull strings. And he's still smoking cigarettes.
And what's cool about him is that he could actually deliver in the ring.
Yeah.
So we have the women's Monsters Ball, Abaddon, and this ain't my book it versus Abaddon, unfortunately. So, and then we got Alexa Bliss, Awesome Kong, Wendy Chu. I think Awesome Kong steamrolls that.
No, it's Alexa Bliss with the interference by the Wyatt Six.
Damone's going to decide. Sean Paul says Kong, though.
I'm not mad at either, honestly. I'm going to say Kong wins.
You suck.
If
okay,
it was
Joe, you gotta
1-on-1
watch Awesome Kong. You'll understand what we're talking about. She is killing these women. Like,
Alexa Bliss is the love of my life.
I understand, but she's not surviving an Awesome Kong match. Like, and that's a shoot with all the injuries Alexa Bliss has. She takes one awesome bomb and she's retiring. Like,
I was really mad when Awesome Kong was she was in AEW for like a cup of tea at the beginning. And they did nothing with her.
Yeah. I think she like left again, like she like retired again or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she re-retired.
Everything post TNA has been a blur. Like she appeared in the Fed for a minute, and then like she got pregnant.
Yeah, and then there was a whole thing with that, and then she was in AEW for like a month or two.
Yeah,
she was like with Brandy. Yeah, she was with Brandy at one point, and then she just disappeared again.
Yeah. Nothing's quite captured like her TNA run. There's a lot of people who like caught magic in a bottle in TNA and like it just didn't hit the same afterward.
I would say the same with like James Storm. Like he's fire in TNA, but only in TNA. Like
yeah, I agree.
Didn't work anywhere else.
Like Eric Young, I'd say is close to that, but Sanity was at least decent.
Yeah. Hot take. I miss silly, dumb.
Oh,
Eric
I agree.
Young over this
bores me in TNA right now.
New edgy, like old edgy Eric Young. I'm not a huge fan of. Like I prefer young, idiot, scared of the pyro Eric.
Yeah. Young. No, he was him when he was like fucking winning the beer drinking title from James Storm.
Yeah, and he was every time the pyro went off, he was like Travis, like just freaking out.
Yeah, that shit was fire, and he got crazy over. Like he could have been, the fucking Bryan Danielson of TNA.
You know what's funny? They tried to do that. Like Bryan Danielson won the title, then they had Eric Young grow out his beard, and they did pretty much the exact same story.
But it was too late.
It was too late.
To beat them to that. You needed to do it in like 2008 or 2009.
Yeah, they needed to do it first, but instead they did it second, and it didn't.
No, that's the thing with TNA is with their homegrown guys. They waited too long on just about all of them besides AJ. Like Samoa Joe had already lost like all the steam by the time that he won a world title. Like he was like a year and a half late.
It is also crazy still that Kazarian never won the title.
Yeah, because Kazarian in 2007 and 8 was crazy over. Like they got so many guys over just to not utilize them.
Give the title to Mick Foley.
And that's what worries me about AEW sometimes. Like, you know, but I will say AEW's had gotten it right even if they were late. Like they were late on getting Swerve right. They were late on getting the Acclaimed right.
They were late on MJF at one point.
Yeah, they were late on MJF. I'm a little worried about this private party situation because they were jobbers for years. They finally get over, and people are talking Young Bucks face turn. Fuck out of here. Like,
yeah, no, I'm good.
But anyways, Hell in a Cell, Demon Finn versus Darby Allin. Darby's dying.
Demon Finn throws him off the cell. He gets chucked off the cell.
Yeah, Darby's dying somehow.
Yeah, he's definitely going through, or maybe he's probably doing both. He's recreating the Mick thing.
Yeah,
he's getting thrown off, and he's going through the cell.
Yeah, no way he's not.
Finn might fucking hit the coup de grace off the cell.
No, he does it through it with Darby.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Like
it's like a video game ass moment.
Yeah, Like
And
he
that's
jumps on top of them and goes through.
throwback to Book It Verse 3 when I did that video game ass pile driver through the middle of the cell.
I still support you that it was plausible.
Hey, listen, I was booking that, and the Book It Verse is supposed to be like everything's like video game and like action figure physics, where nobody actually dies on the stunts.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they're good. They're fine.
yeah, everything is worked to perfection, like and gimmicked to perfection.
Kane versus Wizard. Kane's winning.
Yeah,
Yep.
He's
in the
burning the
Republican
shit
primary match,
He's burning the shit out of Jericho.
Jericho goes for a fireball and just gets dunked into the fire. That was such a ridiculous gimmick. God, Jericho's insane.
Can he just go away?
I don't know. Sometimes like the chaos of him existing is funnier than him being gone.
I
don't like this gimmick he's got going on right now.
You don't like the learning tree? Hi guys.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't.
I almost wish that he would just go away so we could miss him. And then, like, I would prefer he just retire. But since he doesn't seem like he wants to fucking do that, go away for like 6 months and then come back and as something else. We'll start appreciating you again. Because that's always what happens. He goes away, comes back. But, like, since he's been in AEW, he's been constantly there on every show, on every pay-per-view, even when he shouldn't have been. Like,
yeah,
we're getting no breaks.
Yeah, that's kind of the magic of Jericho's. He was always one back in the day that would give us a break.
Yeah, doesn't Fonzie or whatever, don't they have a tour or something to go to?
Yeah, but he always manages to do both at the same time.
Well, stop.
I think like both Fonzie's tours based on AEW's tours.
Yeah, start lying to him, Tony. Tell him a different day. Tell him
give him fake tour dates.
Give him fake tour dates. So they books Fozzy concerts on the same day. Oh my god,
you're
I'm
in
sorry.
Florida, we're in California. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You can't be on.
Hey,
This
nasty.
So we got Boiler Room Brawl, Boogeyman versus Uncle Howdy.
This match is disgusting.
I'm going Boogeyman.
Yeah, this is not going to be some like high work rate shit here. Like,
yeah, no.
There's zero work rate happening.
Yeah, I don't even know what the Boogeyman's finisher was. Was it a pump handle?
I think it was like a Dominator or like a Power Slam or something. Like that.
We're not gonna see much in this match because the lights are gonna be off. There's gonna be strobe lights. There's gonna be.
But hey, Boogeyman was a good third option with Danhausen and Indy's Big Show in Book It Verse 3.
I'm telling you though, this has to be filmed in night vision.
Okay, well, I think Uncle Howdy wins this.
Yeah, I'm going with Uncle Howdy. Boogeyman was already like 45 when he signed.
Hey, he looked good for 45 though. He was in shape.
He still looks good.
He just couldn't wrestle.
Oh, he was all right. There's nothing wrong with him. He was just like
when we just ran into him, he was like super in shape still.
Yeah, he's in really good shape, but he's not a good wrestler.
I don't think he was bad in ring. He just,
he was not good.
He didn't need to be like he could do like a front flip. Like I remember him doing.
I don't remember him ever flipping at any point in time. I don't remember him leaving his feet.
All right, we're watching Boogeyman tape.
The best Boogeyman matches. It's going to be a 2-minute video.
Oh fuck, we forgot a gimmick on this. We should have done a Mortis match.
For what?
Because Mortis, Chris Canyon's gimmick.
For which match?
Oh, we should have just added that somewhere on here. Like,
Mortis versus something Glacier. Round 42.
Glacier, not Glacier. Like the Vault, WWE Vault, that new YouTube channel or whatever. I don't know how new it is, but like new to me. It dropped like all of Mortis's like dark matches.
Yeah.
And bro was gas.
Yeah, he was fire.
Apparently, like they didn't do it because they couldn't get James Mitchell to be his manager.
Yeah, Canyon was fire. Like his moveset is crazy.
Yeah. Even as Mortis, and apparently like in WWE it was like a washed version of Canyon. he was still fucking cooking. I don't care, especially for 2004 Fed. Like
Yeah.
he was lighting motherfuckers up.
Yeah, he was really good. R.I.P.
So we got a death match between Nick Gage and New Jack.
New Jack.
Yeah, because otherwise I think he might kill him.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
always-
funny match.
Yeah. Of course, the theme song it's got to be playing the whole time.
Yeah, who catches a charge first in that match?
New Jack. New Jack is probably gonna try and kill him for something.
Not a good reason.
He might stab him. He might throw him off of something. Like who knows?
Those are both two convicted criminals. Like,
I don't know. Did New Jack ever get convicted? I don't know if he ever was. I don't know if New Jack ever got convicted. He got charged. He definitely got charged because he definitely did those things they said he did. But I don't know if he ever actually got charged.
That's insane.
Or actually got convicted.
They never.
I think I think the one in Florida. I think he ran. Like I think he wasn't allowed to. He couldn't go back to Florida because he was wanted. Like he just literally couldn't go back to the state of Florida because he was a wanted criminal there.
Like,
yeah.
God, what a menace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, New Jack.
He was not a good person. But
Bray
he was
Wyatt
hilarious.
versus Jake Roberts in a Firefly Funhouse.
It's
Bray.
Yeah, Bray wins that. It's crazy to think that the life that Jake Roberts has lived, that he's outlived so many guys like on this card. It's insane that Jake Roberts outlived Bray Wyatt or Brody Lee, which I know those are unfortunate circumstances to sickness, or like even like New Jack, like who is a cool bit younger than him and did equal amounts of drugs, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy that Jake Roberts made it through all that.
Yeah, yeah. When you think about the amount of drugs that the fact that Scott Hall lived as long as he did too.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's crazy to think of like there's guys who were dying like all right, like Eddie, like he stopped doing the drugs and then he died.
Yeah.
Like, which sucks. But then like you have like guys who are on the drugs all the time. Marty Jannetty.
How is Marty? I mean,
he lived forever.
How is Marty Jannetty alive?
I don't fucking know.
It's because they stopped doing the drugs and then they're just not used to it.
Yeah, that too. That doesn't help. Or in Eddie's case, like all the drugs did so much damage before he did stop.
Yeah, like also like how is Kurt Angle not having that problem? Like,
hey, he made it very clear he was not Kurt Angle when he was in the ring. He did not take the perks before he had matches. It was after, even though it's probably all still in his system.
On the live Jericho cruise that I mentioned one on the Jericho cruise, he mentioned that on the live podcast. He was like, I hate those Perk Angle memes. I was like, I was never on them during the match. It was always after the match I got high.
It's like, bro, you took like 60 a day. That shit was in your system. Like, there's no way that wasn't still in your system somewhere.
It was deep in the fucking...
he probably would still piss dirty right now.
It was a welled up in his heart. It was what made him the warrior spirit to put on those matches.
Yeah, they do front flips for no goddamn reason.
Hey, the 450 knee drop, insane. Buried alive, Undertaker versus Batista. We're putting Batista over. We're burying.
Shut the fuck up! It is.
We're burying Maga Taker.
I'm agreeing with Batista because Undertaker, I feel like he lost most of the time when it was buried alive,
and that's why he needs to win.
Nah, we're putting him out the patch.
No, we need him to win
this at WrestleMania 23. He got the match. Batista's getting his get back. We're doing this for Kamala Harris. Change.
No. He needs to win. Trust me.
We're ending sexism, racism, and homophobia.
This is for the payback for Brock Lesnar. That shouldn't have counted.
What does that to do with
fucking Brock Lesnar? Undertaker beat Batista. Where's his payback for Batista? Who should have won at WrestleMania 23?
You can worry about it next Halloween.
Batista should have broken the streak.
I'm not going that far, boy.
Oh, after this week, I'm going that far. Batista should have fucking jobbed him out in 2 minutes. Fuck him.
Yeah,
I'm going to the
yeah.
business for myself there.
The
Vince
issue with that is
Russo.
that we don't get HBK versus Sean or end of an era. So I'm sorry, Jason, you're still gonna need to hold that L, but it also shouldn't have been Brock because fuck Brock.
Yeah, I think like I don't know.
It should have been Bray.
Bray Wyatt at 32 would have been nice. Taker was already old. You hold on a little longer. And that match wasn't too bad.
No, you
Nobody
make
got
him.
hurt.
Yeah, he's the new eater of worlds. He's the new face of fear. Let him beat Taker. Take over that mantle as the monster
Yeah,
of
I'm 100%
WWE.
on board with
Fuck you,
that.
Vince.
Or just like at like that same WrestleMania 30, maybe like 31 so you can finish the corporate Kane shit. Like do Undertaker versus Kane, let Kane retire him. I mean, that doesn't gain as much as Bray, but like it's better than Brock.
I don't know. They had done Undertaker versus Kane like 4 times in the streak. Like 2 or 3 of the matches are Undertaker versus Kane.
And Sean Paul saying if Vince had booked Roman right, Roman could have ended the streak. But
if he turned heel, like he would have needed to do like when he did the promo after he beat Taker, when like he came out and the crowd booed him for like 20
that was the
minutes.
perfect night to turn him to. Like
Right, that would have been
so
perfect.
fucking Sigma when he was just like, "This is my yard
now," and then
after
just drop the
17
mic.
minutes of shut the fuck up chants. Like,
Yeah, just perfect, like all the hatred flowing.
like he
and
picks
then
up the mic and there's like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like,
I guess he was supposed to say way more, but he just took the moment and this is my yard now.
that was like that's the best like face Roman promo. He ate that shit up. I don't care. Like,
Yeah, and then they had him get smeared in dog food.
hey, Baron Corbin was doing work.
Corporal
put some respect
or
on him.
Constable Corbin.
Hey, I fucked with Constable Corbin. But this is our Halloween Havoc card. To recap, the Brood beat Deuce and Domino in a trick-or-treat street fight. Dexter Loomis beat Chris Benoit in a strap match. Monsters Ball match, the Best Mankind and PCO was won by Brody Lee in a Samoan rules match, which is Bloodline rules because we're doing the good version. Jacob Fatu beat Umaga. Women's Monsters Ball, Awesome Kong beat Abaddon, Alexa Bliss, and Wendy Chu. Hell in a Cell match, Demon Finn Balor beat Darby Allin. Inferno match, Kane beat Wizard Chris Jericho. In a Boiler Room Brawl, the Boogeyman beat Uncle Howdy beat the Boogeyman. New Jack beat Nick Gage in a death match. Firefly Funhouse match, Bray Wyatt defeated Jake Roberts. And then in our main event, Batista buried alive The Undertaker.
And then Undertaker came back as the American Badass immediately.
And then he said some things that got our show cut off air. He wasn't he came out instead of like the American flag bandana as the fucking Blue Lives Matter one.
It's just a Trump flag.
Instead of just a regular motorcycle, he's just a fucking bike cop. Fucking pulls him over, gives him a hefty ticket.
Hey, don't give Joe ideas for book and verse.
I was gonna say I'd have to look. He might be able to give a DWI to Stone Cold when he's driving the 4-wheeler.
$5. If you do that, $5.
I don't have Undertaker, so
Oh.
I don't think I have Stone Cold either. But I would have booked that.
I think Mike's got Stone Cold. D Money, where can they find you?
They can find me on all the shit at Money T13. So DAMONEY T13.
And Judge Joe, where can they find you?
So you can catch me over at the #1 rated podcast at T13media.com, Not a Real Court.
Excellent. I love that show. I hope they eat vegetables one day. They debate everything Kenny says when he's plugging his 17 shows. And in his place, you can go check out the Bad Guys spoken on YouTube. You can catch hood movie reviews and fucking
Unbiased.
Geek in the Sheets, where we talk about Lord of the Rings, Star Wars,
you
anime.
Can get fucking geek in the motherfucking sheets and catch talk about Star Wars, Marvel, anime, anything your nerdy little heart desires, as Kenny would say. And of course, the Bad Guys Spoken podcast, where they be talking some bullshit on there.
They be trying to get canceled before we're famous.
Yeah.
They got the order mixed up. You got to get famous first, then get canceled.
Kenny's probably been canceled like more times than like an actual celebrity. Facebook be after that, man. They know they're tired of his shit.
He's a narc now.
Mark Zuckerberg and Kenny gonna have to do Creator Clash. But if you want to find
in
me
itself.
anywhere, just reach for the ropes. Facebook Wrestling Discussion Group. We talk some bullshit in there. It's the origins of our little group of shows and all the beautiful things we do here. Check out t13media.com, where all of our shows are, and some great merchandise. You can catch like the new D Money shirt, banger. Bad guy with the Pornhub parody shirt, banger. Everybody loves those. And you can catch my shirts with the fucking Applebee's parody. What's better than Applebee's? Best wings on earth. Fuck Buffalo. Applebee's. That's where it's at. Anyways, that's been an episode of Book It. See ya.
Bye.